Hey, what's going on, everyone? Axel here. So this week, everyone's still buzzing about the Nintendo Switch presentation, and I wanted to chime in. Even though I've already made one video on this already, I wanted to follow up and talk a little bit more about motion controls because it surprised me a lot how much Nintendo focused on motion controls in the presentation. Uh, and I want to talk about whether I think that's good or bad, what I think is going to happen with it. So they started off by showing off their two Joy-Con controllers, which are the kind of Wiimote looking things that attach to the side of the tablet. And they are basically Wiimotes, except they include a feature they're calling HD Rumble, which sounds like it's just like a better version of Rumble technology that's supposed to increase like what you can feel from the controller. And I just want to point out, and if you watch a YouTuber called Adam Koralik, he actually I got this idea from him, but he made a really good point about the name of this feature, HD Rumble. It makes no sense. HD refers to a visual aspect of a product. HD, high definition. You can't have high definition feeling. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's just a marketing thing. And I'm pretty sure Nintendo just called it HD Rumble because HD is associated with like just a good sounding word that has a lot of appeal to people. If they hear HD, they're going to be like, oh, it must be really good. It's just a marketing thing. But anyways, they showed off a few games, ARMS and 1-2 Switch. And 1-2 Switch was basically the kind of Wii Sports version of motion control technology for the Switch. And I don't think that one is going to do too well because it's not being bundled in with the console. And I think that's kind of nuts if you're making the defining feature of your console, or one of the defining features, the motion control aspect, and you're not even bundling that in, or actually not bundling in any games as far as I know on release. So that's an issue. And they're also charging $50 for it. I think that's way too much. I don't know of anyone that's going to shell out $50 just for a group of mini games that frankly are probably not going to be fun for extended periods of time. And then the next game was ARMS, which is like a boxing game. It looked a lot like Wii Sports Boxing mixed with Wii Sports Bowling. But I wanted to talk in this video about the bottom line. Do I think that these concepts are going to catch on? And I think the answer is no. Motion controls, I think focusing on motion controls so much in the Switch's presentation was a big mistake, and in the marketing of the Switch, I think it's a mistake because people don't want motion controls. The mass market, anyways. That market, that day is gone. It's done. This is not 2006 with the Wii anymore. And no matter how they market this thing and what they call it, HD Rumble, whatever, it's just the thing with motion controls is they never really work. And I think everyone who's played the Wii knows what I mean. Yeah, you can play baseball or golf, but if you just kind of hold the thing in your hand and just kind of move your wrist a little bit, it has the same action as if you actually pretend like you have a golf club in your hand and you're swinging. Like, there's no way, I don't care how advanced the technology is, there's no way that a tiny controller that's only in your hand can capture movement of your whole body or your whole arm. It's just not going to work. You have to have sensors on your arm for that to make sense. So you're going to be able to like play around the motion controls just like you could with the Wii. And that's why I think something like ARMS is not going to do very well because in the trailer, right, you see these two characters, this guy and this girl, both the characters and the real people going at it like they're in a real boxing match, like juking left and right, throwing their hands. But in reality, you're just going to be able to stand there and just like slightly move your wrist a little bit and probably get the same result. But fortunately for ARMS, they are offering, from what I've heard, a non-motion control variant, so that's good. But for something like 1-2 Switch, I just don't think that's going to catch on because of that. It might be something that's fun at a party for a very small period of time, but it's not really something anyone who buys that game plays on a regular basis. What I think Nintendo should have done instead is focus on the mobility portion of the console, because I think that's something that people actually really want and has a chance to really catch on if this console can prove that it can hold the boat as both a home console and as a travel console. If it can offer really good, top quality graphics, better than what you can get on phones on the go, but also have graphics that can hold up to the Xbox One and PS4 at home. It doesn't have to be as good as those consoles, but it's got to be able to kind of hold its own in that regard, so that it at least gets some third-party support. So guys, yeah, my overall presentation is I think that the motion controls was a mistake. I think it's going to bring the console down. I think Nintendo can still turn it around by focusing on the mobility aspect, but I think that the biggest mistake of the presentation was those two motion control games. So guys, please comment below. Let me know what you think. Are you looking forward to playing motion controls on this console or not? And please, if you like this video, give me a subscribe and a like. I'm new here on YouTube, on this channel, and I'd like to make more content in the future. Thanks. You all have a good one.